This is my brother Milo, who loves Weird Strict Dad. He's challenged me to a Strict Dad build battle, but what happens when I use cheats to bring his favorite horror character to life?
Good luck with this build, Chip. You're gonna need it. I love Weird Strict Dad, so my build is gonna be epic.
Sure, Milo. At the end of this build, each of us will try to go through the other person's Weird Strict Dad and find the secret items inside. Whoever gets through the build the fastest wins.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna win.
No way, I'm totally gonna win. The first thing I need to build is just a really basic little silly looking Weird Dad. I don't have to make it very big because I have something very secret that I can't reveal just yet, but it's gonna be so awesome. Yep, this looks good enough. That's basically Weird Strict Dad's pants. Let me just make them a little bit thicker. Oh yep, that looks perfect. Now, everybody knows Weird Strict Dad has a big red t-shirt, just like this. It even has the words Roblox on it, so I guess we should probably grab a sign and add that in. I'll even write it in all capital letters so it's just like the real Weird Strict Dad. Now, we need to give Weird Strict Dad his yellow arms, and we even need to make the cool yellow Roblox hands at the end. We're going to do that by using bamboo. Whoa, this is already looking so good, but we just need to change one thing. Perfect, look at that. It already looks as creepy as Weird Strict Dad does. Now on the other side, we'll do the same thing, adding one more Roblox hand. This time, it will also be facing inwards like a cool, crazy, creepy claw. Whoa, this is already looking pretty terrifying. Now we just need to build Weird Strict Dad's head. This does not have to be perfectly accurate because the secret I am going to use will transform this build into a much bigger one that is huge. Let's just give Weird Strict Dad his eyes and his weird, creepy smile. Oh yeah, that looks so crazy. Now, if I just type my command, Weird Strict Dad, it should transform. Oh goodness, I hope this works. Whoa, that is insane. This command worked better than I ever thought it could. This is amazing. It's so big. Does it even fit on this side of the wall? Oh wow, it really cuts it finely. I really hope Milo can't see this. I hope he didn't see it paste in either. I really think we need to go check on what Milo's doing, but I'm not gonna walk on over. I need to use another one of my hacks. We'll have to be quiet while we use it though, so Milo does not hear us. These are my amazing X-ray goggles, and if I put these on, boom, I can see through walls just like this one. Wait a minute, is this Milo's build? Hey, it's like Weird Strict Dad, except that doesn't say Roblox, that says Roddy. Is that how Milo thinks you spell Roblox? Well, Milo's Weird Strict Dad looks really, really silly. Let me take these off and see if I can still see it. No, look, I can't even see it through the wall anymore. That is awesome. Now that we know Milo has a really bad looking Weird Strict Dad, I am going to build the most epic Weird Strict Dad base that Milo is never gonna make it through. Like this video in 3 seconds if you want me to start this build right now. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, you guys really want me to start building, don't you? Let's get going. Whoa, he's totally hollow inside. This gives me a very good idea. Let's patch up his nose though. We don't want to leave a big hole in the middle of his face. That way Milo would see exactly what we're building in here. Wow, that face looks really creepy. I think I know exactly what I want to do with this first part of Weird Strict Dad. The entire top section of Weird Strict Dad needs to be a big dropper. It can go all the way down into his right leg. Oh yeah, this is going to be very difficult. Milo will have to enter through Weird Strict Dad's eye, and he'll have to walk on this big platform. It's going to go pretty far back, and it'll be very, very difficult for him. Once he does reach the end of the platform, he will reach Weird Strict Dad's brain. Ugh, this is so yucky. I don't want to be inside someone's head. Luckily though, this is a really fun way to be inside somebody's head because it means we get to make a crazy obstacle course for Milo. I do not know if he will even be able to make it through this one. I think we need to give Weird Strict Dad a really pink brain. Yeah, this is exactly what a brain looks like. Let's make sure the brain matter goes over this way as well. Wow, Weird Strict Dad has a big brain. He must be so smart. Milo knows a lot about Weird Strict Dad. He's one of his favorite characters ever. That is why Milo could be a real threat in this build competition. Normally, Milo has no clue who we're building and couldn't tell you anything about them. But today, Milo has really studied up and he's ready to win this competition. competition. That's why we have to try extra hard to make sure our Weird Strict Dad is so good. I will not be able to beat it on my own. That's why we've had to use hacks today to help ourselves. That's why using hacks is the only way we can actually stand a chance. This brain is about to look so crazy by making sure we build the entire... If we miss a spot though, Milo will make fun of us and call our Weird Strict Dad really silly for missing a huge chunk of his brain. Look at how funny that brain looks. Let's make sure we continue adding all the brain folds all the way through. We can't miss a single spot, otherwise he won't be able to think properly. And when you're a Weird Strict Dad, you need to do a lot of thinking. Now that we've built a big part of his brain, we need to build a way to actually go inside it. I think if we have a walkway right around the front here, it'll be really easy to go inside. We'll add a big entrance here, and the bottom of the brain can even be made fully out of magenta concrete. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so fun to watch Milo have to figure out how to go through this thing. The only clue we will give Milo is by having a hole in the side of Weird Strict Dad's brain right over here. It's gonna be a pretty big hole. Milo's gonna have to figure out where could possibly be the best spot to jump through. He'll have to figure it out pretty quick though, because he'll have to jump all the way down to the bottom. Let's just add a nice little brain stem for Weird Strict Dad. That way his thoughts are connected to the rest of his body and they're not just sitting there doing nothing. This obstacle course will be pretty crazy though. We need to build some really scary, creepy things inside Weird Strict Dad's head. This way, when Milo jumps down the obstacle course, he will have to go all through them. Whoa, look at that weird, creepy eye. It looks pretty crazy already, but there is something even more insane we can add to it. It would look even more crazy if this weird eye actually spun. Right now, the inside of the eye is spinning, which does look pretty creepy, but it's not as creepy as I want it to get. If we use super glue and stick the entire eye together, we can replace this motor and boom, the entire eye actually starts spinning. How crazy is that? It makes it into a way more difficult obstacle for Milo to get through. If we add more crazy obstacles like this, Milo will definitely struggle to get through Weird Strict Dad. Before we add more obstacles though, we need to make sure we actually finish this wall. Otherwise, Milo could just jump right into the areas we plan on building in. That would be really, really bad. Milo would be able to skip the entire dropper, and this dropper is about to be very, very difficult and challenging. I do not want him to be able to skip it. That would be a disaster. That's why all the way up to here, we need to make a big dividing wall. This will stop Milo from trying to cheat. The only person here allowed to cheat is me, and that's final. Let's make sure the yellow even goes all the way to the front of Weird Strict Dad's face. It's so creepy that you can even tell it's really him, even when you're inside here. It's insane how easy it is to recognize his face. Milo will definitely be very jealous that my Weird Strict Dad is a lot easier to spot than his is, especially since my Weird Strict Dad is way taller. Milo's Weird Strict Dad didn't even have legs. It was just a yellow tower, a big red tower, and another yellow tower. I think that was just his shoulders and his chest. I can't believe Milo forgot to build Weird Strict Dad's legs. That is so embarrassing. I can't wait to tell Milo he forgot the legs. He's gonna lose his mind. Not as much as he'll lose his mind going through this dropper though. He's totally gonna lose it. I've even come up with some extra crazy ideas for what we can add on the way down that Milo will have to get through. I'm thinking even more eyes and maybe even a crazy spinning illusion zone. Weird Strict Dad's imagination is pretty crazy, so if you go through his brain, you start to imagine pretty crazy things too, like insane illusions. Luckily for us, these illusions will be totally real, and Milo will really have to try super hard to get through them. I have a really cool idea for what this next illusion can be. It will also be very, very difficult for Milo to get through. We just need to place a couple more of these blocks in, and oh yeah, this is really starting to work. It even matches the cool spinny motor. I think this one can spin a little bit faster though. Let's set it all the way to 43. Whoa, that is almost double what it was before. Now, if we super glue this whole thing together, we can add this machine and whoa, that's crazy. It spins so fast. I don't even know if Milo will be able to get through that thing. Let's just try ourselves and whoop. No, it is definitely not possible to go all the way through very easily. Milo's gonna have to try very hard to make it. One thing everybody knows about Weird Strict Dad is that he can be pretty crazy, and that is no joke. He is one of the craziest guys ever, so he always has really crazy looking eyes. I have a very cool idea for how we can make his eyes look so crazy. I just need to make sure we don't mess it up. Alright, this is looking pretty good, but there is one thing about these eyes I need to fix. We need to glue the inside bits together. It is gonna look pretty confusing, but it'll all make sense really, really soon. We need to build yellow concrete all the way around the edges just like this. This way it looks exactly like the creepy eyes he has on the side of his face. Okay, this is looking pretty good, but now we need to actually add in some magical contraptions. Let's add one to each side and then link them up to our awesome motors. Boom! Now it looks like the eyes are spinning, or actually it kind of looks like the eyes are rolling themselves. I'll need to make sure they spin at different speeds. This way they'll look crazier than ever. Whoa, that is insane. It really does look like a pair of spinning crazy eyes. We'll need to add in some white concrete blocks underneath though. This way we can wrap them all the way around the edge and it'll make it look a lot more realistic. That way you won't even be able to see the gaps of air through the eyes. Instead, it will just look like one big eyeball that's totally spinning. This is pretty cool already, and there's still so much more we can add. We can add a lot of really crazy science things inside of Weird Strict Dad. I think one of the coolest obstacles we can make is these awesome looking spirals. Let's make sure we don't mess these up. These are going to be a really big obstacle for Milo to have to get through. We'll need to make sure we place them right though. These can be very tricky to build, and I really don't want to get them wrong. If I get them wrong, this will look so silly, so I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Okay, now that it's hit the very end, we need to build the exact same spiral using these blue blocks. As long as we wrap these around in the exact opposite direction we wrapped the first ones around in, this should work out really, really well. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident about this. We've just got to make sure we do this properly. I don't want to mess up, especially at such an important stage of this build. I wonder what Milo's doing now. He was already building very, very fast the last time I checked. I guess that's because he knows Weird Strict Dad so well. He doesn't even need to think about building him. It just comes really, really naturally to him. Before we set this entire thing to spin, we need to add in these cool yellow links. This will make it even more difficult for Milo to get through these spinning spirals. Once we do link every single one of these up though, it will look so amazing when it really does spin. I don't think I've ever built something this cool before. It is a huge honor to make such an awesome Weird Strict Dad obstacle course. Okay, this will be the final yellow block. This is incredible, but I also used super glue to link up this entire spiral. Otherwise, it could have been a pretty big disaster. Okay, now we need to break this block and replace it just like this. I sure hope this works. Whoa, it's spinning me off, and wow, it really does work. This looks so amazing. Wow, it's all part of the crazy Weird Strict Dad dropper course. One thing about Weird Strict Dad is he can be a very strict and very angry guy. That is why we're gonna build some angry eyebrows going down here. Milo will have to get past the angry eyebrows. It will even look like the real Weird Strict Dad is super mad at Milo. It might scare him enough to make him give up on trying to get through this thing. That would be a really, really good idea because it means I would win. Oh yeah, this will be really funny. Let's make sure we add all the blocks we need to add while going down here. Wait a second, I have a really funny idea for how we can make this angry face even sillier looking. If we use yellow wool here and then we actually add in some stripes of yellow concrete, it will look like the angry face is totally pulling a silly look right now. It'll look like he is so mad. Oh yeah, this is so cool. Let's finish off the yellow wool and the yellow concrete like this. Now it looks like he's pushing up his chin. We should also probably round off his whole face. Otherwise, it won't look like a face at all. It'll just look like a random mouth next to some random eyebrows. That is not what I want. It needs to all work together really, really well. Otherwise, it's not gonna look like Weird Strict Dad. It'll look weird, sick, and bad. We can even make his eyes bigger so he looks more infuriated and more angry. Whoa, he looks so upset right now. Let's make sure we round off the top of his head, just like the real Weird Strict Dad. This is also a very big obstacle, so it will be really, really hard for Milo to get through this. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty crazy. I can't wait to see what this face looks like when I finish these blocks, and whoa, this looks terrifying. Oh, I would not want to be Milo running into this. After the angry face, I'm gonna add in something pretty diabolical that Milo will have to go through. It's not just going to be a really big square, although it definitely will be. It's actually a lot more than that. This square is one of the most famous squares on Earth, and it's also one of Weird Strict Dad's favorite squares of all time. It is one of the reasons he actually exists. Right now, it looks pretty ordinary, but if I make sure we superglue this whole thing together, it actually looks like a big spinning Roblox logo. This is so cool, and I'm sure Milo will definitely recognize it. Weird Strict Dad comes from Roblox, so I think he will definitely know that this is the real Weird Strict Dad. Milo's gonna have to go through the Roblox hole. It might be pretty hard, but I'm sure he can do it. After all of these crazy contraptions Milo has to drop through, he will have to land here at the very bottom of the dropper. We're going to build 4 different platforms for Milo to land on. The reason we're building 4 and not just one is because 3 of them will be tricks. Milo will have to land in the correct water water pond, otherwise he will take a lot of damage. Let's dig out the grass blocks underneath each of these 4 squares. It's very important we make these totally right. Inside this square, we are going to place down some slime blocks. These will actually be lime stained glass covered. They look exactly like a slime block bounce pad when you're falling from above, but the closer you get, you very quickly realize these are not bouncy. They're actually really solid and very painful to land on. Instead of water, this next place is going to be filled with a bunch of beds. On top of the beds, I'm even going to place some white stained glass. Oh yeah, that looks pretty tricky. Falling from above, they actually kind of just look like a bunch of gray beds. Oh wow, that Roblox hole actually came right at me. I did not mean to go through it. And right on this one, we are going to place down some water buckets. This seems like it might be the nice option for Milo to fall into, but little does he know, I am adding in blue stained glass. What he thinks is really water is actually a trick that he should not fall into at any costs. In this one, we'll add some real water, which I'm sure Milo will definitely appreciate. You can barely tell the difference between the two of them. This is going to be perfect, and Milo's gonna struggle to do this. This dropper build is perfect, but we need to build a secret little contraption between Weird Strict Dad's legs that goes into the other room. Let's build a nice glass tube going from one foot all the way into the other. Once we finish this tube, I'm gonna actually start building the most insane would you rather section I have ever made. Now that we finish this tunnel, we can actually get started on building the crazy would you rather section. Because this is the green part of Weird Strict Dad, I need to make sure the entire floor here is made out of lime green concrete. This is such a cool block. It basically looks like it's glowing. Whoa, perfect. I should also probably add a way to get out of this water section. Otherwise, Milo could be totally stuck in here and could never get out. It would be funny at least, but I don't want to make this impossible. That would just be unfair. Now that we're in the other leg, we need to add a staircase going really high up. This would you rather will have some very difficult questions, but also be really funny. I wonder what Milo's answers to them will be. I can't wait to find out. The first question will be up here, and we'll need to make a big platform that Milo has to walk across for it. He'll have to walk through one side of the wall. On one side, the real answer will be the way through, but on the other side, he will drop down into a crazy pit. He won't know which one is a pit and which one is the right answer until he has already made his choice. Now, Milo would probably be able to look down here and see that the left side actually takes him up to a nice little staircase that leads right to the next section, and that would be pretty easy to see if it wasn't for the fact that instead of just having a see-through area, I'm going to have powdered snow. Milo is going to have to fall blindly through one of them, and if he falls through this one, he'll be totally safe. But if he falls through the other powdered snow bucket, he will land right into the bottom of this Weird Strict Dad build, and it's not exactly a place you want to be. Down here, we're gonna have a big array of spawners, and these spawners are going to be working overtime to spawn some pretty evil mobs down here. Every single spawner will have a zombie inside, so when Milo gets over to here, there will be so many zombies made by these spawners, he won't even be able to fight his way through. He will be overwhelmed, and they will totally tear into pieces. It'll be really, really funny, and it will definitely stop him from beating this obstacle course. I think it is a perfect idea. We'll also make sure to block off this way, otherwise Milo could look ahead and see the right answers before he's even had a chance to pick them. That would be totally cheating, and I do not want Milo to do that. Let's add some glass windows here though. This way, even though he can't see the answers, he can still look below himself and see that if he fails, he lands in a pit of zombies. That'll make him really scared, and he might even make some silly mistakes without thinking things through. The first question will ask Milo, who is your favorite? And he will have two options. He will have to choose between Weird Strict Dad or actually choose between Weird Strict Mom. I don't even know if Weird Strict Mom is real, but by adding two options, Milo will get really, really confused. If Milo picks Weird Strict Dad, he will fall through and feel the might of all these zombies. I've actually never heard of Weird Strict Mom, so rather than being attacked, Milo will be let through to the next question. This next question will ask Milo, who is more weird? It seems like a pretty easy answer because Milo's clearly more weird, but it could also be me. Everybody's a little weird in their own way. If it was me, I would definitely pick Milo, but Milo would probably say Chip, and if he does, he will fall right on through to the zombies. That is actually the wrong answer for this one. Milo will need to walk through the Milo side if he wants to make it through to the next question. The final question will ask Milo, what is the right spelling? He will need to figure out if the right way to spell is word sicked bad or weird strict dad. Normally, this would be a very easy question to answer, but Milo would definitely struggle. He will not be able to figure out which is the right way to go. If Milo does manage to figure it out though, he will get to go up this really tall tube. It will take him to the next section of my weird strict dad obstacle course. But I think it's been a while since we've checked on Milo. He could be done by now for all we know. I actually have no idea. I really hope he's not done. If he is, then he'll be able to go through my obstacle course before I'm even done. That would be really cheeky. I would not stand a chance. Alright, we better go check on Milo, but I'm not gonna do it normally. In order to go see what Milo is doing, I've got to sneak out of my weird strict dad. Let me place down these banners right over here. This is what I'm going to use to cloak myself while I do my next trick. I can't wait to see if this works. Whoa, wait a second. Look, it totally did. My vanishing cloak worked a treat, and look, you can only see the banner that I'm holding right now. This is amazing. Let's get rid of the evidence that we used to totally vanish ourselves, and we can go over and see exactly what Milo is doing on the other side. Okay, I'm totally vanished. Milo can't see me at all, and wait a minute, Milo's building the face. That looks so silly.
Oh, this is really annoying me. I thought I'd be able to build the face really good.
Oh, Milo's struggling. He cannot think of a way to build Weird Strict Dad's face. It looks like Weird Strict Dad has a bunch of lipstick on. While Milo struggles to build the face, I need to build a little surprise for him. I think we need to place a chest over here. It's gonna be pretty normal, except inside we will have a nice egg. This is a mutant zombie egg, but if we rename it, it actually becomes a lucky leprechaun egg. Yeah, I think Milo will totally believe that. He would believe anything, so if we tell him there's a lucky leprechaun egg inside this chest, he will want to spawn it everywhere, and he will not realize it's actually a mutant zombie. Right now Milo's building, so he's totally in creative mode. It won't even attack him. That is why underneath the grass, we need to do a command that will turn Milo into survival. Okay, it totally works. Now I need to add a little pressure plate next to this. I think this gold one works perfectly because everybody knows leprechauns love gold. It will make it really believable. Now we need to put one final lie in for Milo. It's gonna say a big lie on it. It says spawn me in for a pot of gold, meaning if you spawn in the lucky leprechaun egg, you'll actually get gold, but you totally won't. Now the final step is to dye this sign a nice yellow color so it looks golden. Okay, this is perfect. I can't wait to watch the chaos. I am actually invisible right now, and wait a minute, Milo's building the silliest face. That is so funny. That doesn't look like Weird Strict Dad. That looks like Weird Silly Dad. Oh, now it looks like Weird Sick Dad. I think Weird Strict Dad's about to be sick.
I just can't get this face right. It's really making me so sad. Maybe I should go take a little peek at Chip's build, but... Hang on, what is this? Oh my gosh, what does it say? Spawn me in for a pot of gold. What the? That sounded really good. I've always wanted a pot of gold.
Luckily, I'm still invisible, so Milo can't see me. I can't wait to see this. It looks like he's really falling for it.
I'm really gonna do this. Let's get a lucky leprechaun. Oh wow, I can't wait to spawn it in. Time for a pot of gold and... What the? Who is this? Oh my gosh!
Whoa, this is amazing. That's not a leprechaun at all.
Oh no! Who are you? You're not giving me a pot of gold, are you? And ouch!
It even says in chat that Milo was doomed to fall by a lucky leprechaun. This is so funny. That was an amazing prank. I better go over and unvanish. That was such a good prank. If you liked the prank as well, subscribe in 3, 2, 1. Wow, you absolutely loved that prank. That is amazing. Now we can totally get building the rest of my Weird Strict Dad. We've got to make this tube even longer, otherwise it won't be done. Oh goodness, we only have 5 minutes left to build this thing. To make sure this build is totally finished, we need to add in some ladders here. I don't want to use normal ladders though. By using copper and brass ladders, we make it look so cool. It even looks really similar to the red and yellow colors of Weird Strict Dad. By having a green tube that we put this inside of, it really looks like Weird Strict Dad has built this himself. And if we're being inside a Strict Dad obstacle course, that's exactly the look we want. We better make sure we build this tube really quick and really tall. At the top of it, I'm going to make a lava parkour. And just like the dropper, the lava parkour will have its very own super cool spinning obstacles. Milo is going to have to jump across all of the spinning blocks. They might even spin sideways, which will try to push Milo off of them. He will really totally have a hard time, so I think it'll be very funny. Let's just make sure we place all the ladders exactly how we did before. We don't want to miss a spot. Milo needs to be able to get up to the parkour if we want him to fall in the lava in it. Once Milo does reach the top of this tube, he will reach the red section. Oh yeah, this is one of the final rooms inside of my Weird Strict Dad build. Once Milo reaches this, there is no turning back. Even if he did want to turn back, it would make him a total loser. Besides, if Milo did turn back, he would lose, which I know is definitely not what he would want at all. Let's make sure we make this really, really big. It needs to be massive to fit all the spinning objects I want to have inside here. Right, that's a pretty good length, but we need to build it out to the side. This way, there's plenty of space for Milo to jump in any direction. That's pretty important when you've got spinning parkour. There are a lot of ways you can jump around it, and we need to make sure Milo can pick anyone he wants, because only one is right, and the more wrong choices Milo makes, the more times he dies, which will just mean he takes longer to complete this course, and I will probably win. Let's just make sure we build up these concrete walls as high as we can and as quick as we can. We really don't have a lot of time, so we need to get going. Now that we've totally filled in this box, let's add a little bit more limestone glass here. This will show that this is where Milo actually enters this thing. We'll have to place 2 more ladders all the way to the top, because now we are filling this entire section with hot, steaming lava. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Let's make sure we add it everywhere. If Milo falls down any single part of this room, he will land right in it, and he may not be able to go back. Lava can do a lot of damage, so if he does not manage to swim out of it in time, he will totally lose. Weird Strict Dad has some pretty weird strict punishments, and falling right into lava is one of them. It's pretty awesome, and Milo will feel the full wrath of it if he fails this section of the Weird Strict Dad obstacle course. Now that we've placed in all these lava buckets, we need to actually start making the moving parkour. The first piece of moving parkour will be pretty simple. It's just going to be a big yellow spinning disc, just like this. It won't be very hard, so Milo will have a really easy time on it. We just have to make sure we super glue the whole thing together, just like this. We're gonna want to miss the middle spot, at least for now, because I'm planning on adding something pretty cool in here. Oh yeah, this has now become a lot more difficult for Milo to beat. Look, he has to time it perfectly if he wants to come up on this thing. Alright, he'll have to get right to the very edge and jump onto the next spinning tower. The next spinning tower will be a little bit easier. It'll just be a regular yellow platform, but it might be spinning a little bit faster than the other one is spinning. Let's set it to 24. Yep, that is definitely a little bit quicker. Now, we need to make sure this keeps getting more and more difficult for Milo. This one will be spinning even faster. Let's set it to 35, and we'll even make it a little bit longer. This will mean it spins way faster, and Milo will need to be very careful when going on it. Alright, look at that. It's just getting more and more crazy. If Milo does manage to make it through this thing, he'll have to jump onto the next section, which will be so challenging. Everything else in this part has spinned a certain direction, but this will spin a different way. This will actually be the final yellow obstacle before Milo moves on to the next color difficulty level. Look at that spin. That is crazy. It is spinning a little bit fast though, and I don't know if Milo will actually be able to make it across this. You know what? It's actually pretty easy. I'm sure he'll totally be fine. After Milo makes it past this yellow section, he will need to fight the crazy illusion checkerboard section. This is going to be very difficult, and I don't even know if Milo will be strong enough to make it through. He will have to try though, because if he doesn't, he will lose this obstacle course. Look at that spin. That is crazy. Milo is going to have to jump at a very good time, and then he'll have to jump over onto this next part of the build. This next part can just be regular blocks. It can't be all confusing for Milo, otherwise he would not be able to get through it all. And I'm not that unfair. He'll have to jump over to here, and boom, he'll reach the next part of this crazy parkour. Once Milo makes it past the checkerboard section, he will reach the crazy rainbow spinning obstacle of doom. It's gonna be the hardest thing yet. Milo will have to climb this crazy rainbow tower all the while this tower spins around in a circle. It is going to be almost impossible, but if Milo manages to do it, he will make it to the next section. Okay, that should be almost possible. Milo will have to make a pretty crazy jump for it though. We're just gonna have to make this section a little bit taller. Milo's gonna have to wait for a very good time to come around, and boom, he will have to try really hard to make this jump. He'll then have to try even harder to climb up the staircase. This is really challenging. If Milo does make it past though, he won't be done with the crazy rainbow section. He will have to run across this bridge, and it looks pretty simple, right? Yeah, Milo would totally be able to run across this, but it won't be that easy. Every single one of these spinning motors will be set to 100. That means they spin so fast. Milo will be able to get across this thing, but he will have to worry about going a little too far across. If he doesn't stop himself before he reaches the end, he will be flung off the side and fall into the lava. We just need to stop all of these bearings for a second and link all these up with super glue. Otherwise, they won't work and it'll be a total fiasco. Alright, this is pretty cool. Now let's test if this really does work. Okay, the colors are all working together and boom! This is so crazy. I really hope Milo's able to make it across this thing without falling. If he does manage to jump all the way to the other side, we're just gonna have a nice, simple red staircase leading all the way up to the next section, which will totally be way nicer. I'm just kidding, it will actually be really, really challenging. This next section will have a crazy TNT jump. We're gonna build this big TNT launcher out of obsidian and we'll have it out in the open. That way, Milo might accidentally fall all the way down into the zombie pit if he times this wrong. In the center, we'll need to have a big dispenser and we'll need to place water all the way around the edges just like this. We'll need to replace some of this obsidian with these dispensers. Perfect. Okay, this is going pretty good, but what's gonna be the best is seeing Milo's face when he has to go through it. Now, if we add a button here, all the dispensers should activate. Oh wait, I totally forgot to put redstone there. The only thing is, we need to fill them with TNT, otherwise when Milo activates these dispensers, they will go off, but they won't actually summon anything. He'll stay here, and it will be impossible to complete my obstacle course. So I definitely will add all these TNTs. That way Milo can actually complete it. I left a little gap in one of the dispensers, so it's not completely full of TNT, but every single other one is. Let's give this a crazy test. Whoa, that is a lot of TNT. I sure hope this works. Boom! It launches me up, and did it damage any of the builds underneath? No, it didn't. It does drip a little bit of water into the lava, but I think that's totally fine. If Milo does manage to make it all the way up, he will be caught in these cobwebs. I wonder if it will send him through the cobwebs or just into the bottom of them. If it sends him into the bottom of them, that will not be good. We better test this right now. Alright, the TNT is launched. I sure hope this works. Come on, cobwebs! Oh no, it only launches Milo into the bottom of the cobwebs. That means we need to place these spruce planks about 3 blocks down and just to the side of them. Okay, this is pretty good. Once Milo lands on these spruce planks, he will have to enter the final battle. This will be the PvP zone, where he will have to fight the mob of his worst nightmares. But he won't have to fight it here. That is way too close to the entrance, and he might be able to skip the whole thing. That's why we're going to build a big hallway that will lead him into the actual final zone where this big boss battle will take place. We'll build the walls of the hallway this yellow color. That way it matches Weird Strict Dad's head. Once Milo enters the hallway, it will actually loop around and take him into Weird Strict Dad's arm. It will be so crazy, and inside the hallway will actually look like Weird Strict Dad's bedroom. Weird Strict Dad is so strict that he actually camps out in the hallway at nighttime, trying to catch anybody who is misbehaving in his house, or at least in our case, in his shoulder. I can't believe we get to build an obstacle course inside Weird Strict Dad's head and shoulder, and even his legs. That is so crazy. It already looks so cool, so I know he'll really like it. He'll like it even more if Milo does not manage to make it through, so we need to make sure Milo loses. Inside Weird Strict Dad's bedroom, he has some very weird things. His bed actually has 2 pillows on either side. I don't know how he sleeps on that thing, but it is a mess. He also, of course, has his pile of bones. These are pretty important to him, so Milo better not touch these. Weird Strict Dad also has a bunch of cobwebs all the way around his room. He's so dirty, and he never cleans it up. That's why Milo gets stuck in these cobwebs at the beginning. We'll need to make even more of them so they look like they really are a part of his bedroom. Whoa, that's insane. I do need to fix this bottom floor a bit. There we go. Now it really looks like the entrance into his bedroom. He also, of course, has his favorite painting, the skull on fire. This is the only painting he enjoys, so we need to fill the walls with it. His house is basically an art gallery. He also loves to cook things like the skulls on his floor, so we need to give him some furnaces. He actually doesn't even use chests. He keeps all his favorite things inside of them, like his favorite paintings. Now, when Weird Strict Dad likes to light up his room, he always uses redstone torches. They look so silly, but it's his favorite, so everybody has to listen, and he cannot be told otherwise. If anybody tries to tell Weird Strict Dad that they do not like his dead bushes on his floor, he gets really angry, and he attacks them. Finally, Weird Strict Dad likes to read a little bit, so here's a little bookshelf for him. No Weird Strict Dad bedroom would be complete without the real weird strict dad in here. He's really weird, so he's angrily staring at the wall. I don't know what he's thinking about, but let's give him a redstone torch to stare at. In order to escape weird strict dad, Milo will need to come all the way down here and fight the final boss. Before we make him do that though, we need to give him some armor, and I know exactly how to do it. Let's move this painting a little bit upwards so we can add a bunch of furnaces here. Because this is weird strict dad's bedroom, we need to play by his rules. All of the armor and all of the weapons that Milo is allowed to use in this final boss fight will be kept inside of these furnaces. We better just hope that weird strict dad does not put anything burnable in the bottom section, otherwise these items will turn into ingots. That would be terrible, and Milo would lose the armor and weapons he needs for this fight. At the bottom here, we will need to place a slime block bounce pad. This way Milo won't fall right to his death. We can also add a couple of these bounce pads. This way Milo can bounce all the way down if he needs to, and if this monster attacks him and throws him up, well, Milo will be able to fight back. In order to spawn the final mob, Milo's gonna have to pass a test, and it's gonna be a pretty funny one. This chest will say real gold inside, just like the prank from before did, and here we will rename this mutant skeleton egg into a super lucky leprechaun. Maybe Milo will fall for this. I totally hope he does. Now, if he opens this chest and spawns the super lucky leprechaun, he will totally have to fight a mutant skeleton. Once he fights it though, he will be allowed to leave and he'll win the obstacle course. Now that that is complete, it is time for me and Milo to go through each other's obstacle courses to see exactly who's about to win this thing. Milo, is this your weird strict dad?
Yeah, he's really awesome.
He looks ridiculous, and that still says Roddy on it.
It says Roblox, Chip.
That's not how you spell Roblox, but okay. I can't wait to go through this thing. This must be the intrank. Do you mean entrance, Milo?
Yeah, that's what it says, obviously.
Okay, what's in here? Whoa, Milo, that's TNT. Hey, did you shut the door on me?
You should go into the lava, Chip.
No way, Milo. I would never fall for that. You are so cheeky. It seems like I'm gonna need some help on this. I will not be able to do this alone. Comment good luck in the comment section in 3, 2, 1. Hey, thanks guys. That's gonna help a lot.
Yeah, well, even though you have their help, you're still not gonna find the entrance.
I think you're wrong about that, Milo. Where could this entrance be? Whoa, Milo, that luck really came in handy. This must be the entrance.
What? How did you find that already?
With the help of a few friends. Okay, now that I go inside here, I can already go over this lava pit. Milo, this is not a very difficult weird strict dad build.
Yeah, well, I tried my best, okay?
Hey, and you even gave me a free pressure plate. I'm sure this will come in handy later.
Oh, no.
Whoa, Milo, is this a laser maze?
And you're not gonna do it.
Whoa, okay, I think I will. Hey, wait, Milo, you left a gap here. I can actually just walk through.
Oh, no. I really thought I did a good job with this part.
Hey, you did. I think these lasers are pretty cool, and you can see the first half of the word Roddy on it.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, is this the door to go through to the other side?
This next bit's really funny.
Okay, I really can't wait to see what's through here. And whoa, Milo, why are there a bunch of chests here?
Well, you have to find the lever so you can unlock the door.
Unlock the door? Whoa, that thing is a crazy mutant skeleton. Do I have to fight that once I unlock this door?
You betcha.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try really hard looking through these chests to find some good stuff that might help me fight it, or at least some way to unlock the door. Hey, Milo, these are pufferfish.
I hope you get stung by them.
No way, Milo, I just took both of them down, except wait, how did that poison me? I got both of them.
No, Chip got poisoned.
Hey, poisoning is nothing to joke about. Milo, do all of these trap chests have pufferfish in them?
Well, some of them might have something different.
Milo, that's a silverfish. That's not exactly much better.
You got bit by a silverfish.
Milo, they're breaking the floor. They're falling through and summoning their friends.
What? I did not plan for that.
Milo, I'm still not seeing a way to get through this thing. Come on, I need to take down this silverfish before any more get summoned.
Quick, I hope he bites you.
Hey, I don't want him to bite me, and I keep getting poisoned. Milo, this is crazy. You've made this impossible.
Yeah, you thought this was gonna be easy, didn't you?
Well, I think it might still be easy. I found a lever. Now I can open this door and fight this crazy skeleton, but hey, look, there's a chest here. I wonder if there's something useful inside.
Yeah, I guess you better check.
Whoa, there's a bunch of armor, golden apples, and even a pickaxe.
Now you gotta try and fight him.
Okay, I totally will. Now that I have netherite armor, this should be a lot easier. Hi, skeleton. I've come to totally take you down. Whoa, he still does a lot of damage to me even though I have my armor. Because skeletons shoot from a distance, I need to get right up close to him to see his weakness.
Quickly, skeleton, get him, get him!
No way, this skeleton will not be able to take me down. Look, he just launched a bunch of arrows from getting up high. Whoa, Milo, this is crazy. He totally blew up into a bunch of bones. Let me heal before I go into the next room.
How did you do that, Chip?
I have no idea. Whoa, Milo, look, there are diamonds in this room and torch flowers and cookies. This is crazy.
Yeah, well, I guess you beat my weird strict dad.
Wow, there's even more in the chest. Thanks, Milo. This is a great prize. Wait a minute. I beat your weird strict dad really, really quickly. I wonder if you're going to be able to beat my weird strict dad even half as fast.
Well, I'm feeling pretty confident. Let's go!
Yeah, let's see.
Chip, what the? Why are we on the head?
Well, Milo, that's because the head is where my weird strict dad obstacle course starts.
What the? Okay, well, I guess I gotta find the entrance.
Yeah, what if I find it for you in a really crazy way? Just stand here, Milo.
Alright, I'll stand right here.
Make sure you have a lot of health points.
Well, I do, but I don't know why you're telling me that.
That's because you're gonna need them.
Ah, Chip, I just dropped off the head.
Yeah, that's just a little taste. That's called a mini dropper, but if you go into the brain here, you will reach the big dropper. This is a crazy maze full of illusions that you have to make your way through to reach the bottom safely.
This is crazy, but Chip, it's been really easy so far. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, I would be worried if I were you, Milo.
What the? Chip, this looks absolutely insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to it, but I'm sure you'll be fine, right, Milo? Didn't you just say you'll be fine?
Yeah, about that. I guess I'm just gonna have to try. Let's go for it. I'm falling.
Milo, you totally missed it. You got pretty close, though. You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that if you want to make it through this obstacle course.
Well, I'm gonna try again, and whoa, are there eyes down there that are rolling around?
Yeah, it's crazy eyes because we're inside a crazy, weird, strict dad.
Yeah, it's actually freaking me out quite a lot. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to drop down, and how does this go? Whoa!
Oh no, Milo, you've died again.
Aw, dang it! This is much harder than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging.
What the? Hey, I just landed!
What? Hey, you didn't even fall for any of my other water traps, not even the slime one.
That was a slime one? Oh yeah, that would have been really hard.
But now that you've made it, I guess you can go on to the next section. It won't be all this easy from here on out, Milo. This is probably the easiest part.
Oh yeah, boy, I'm feeling good about this.
All right, let's see how good you feel after you have to walk up this giant staircase.
Chip, this is really tiring me. I want to have a nap now.
Yeah, maybe your legs can take a break while your mind has to work really hard to figure out these would you rather questions.
Whoa, this is very confusing. Who is your favorite? Weird strict dad or weird strict mom?
If you do not guess this correctly, Milo, you'll be falling into a giant pit of zombies, so be very careful with what you guess.
Well, since weird strict mom doesn't actually exist, I feel like I have to choose weird strict dad.
Okay, that might be the right option, but no way, that was the wrong one, Milo. Now you have to face the zombie pit.
No!
Let's try that again, shall we?
That was really bad. I guess I have to choose the weird strict mom.
Yeah, you definitely do, and it takes you into the next section.
Okay, well, what does this say here? Who is Moray Weird?
No, Milo, not Moray. This says who is more weird, me or you?
Oh, well, I can't really read, and the answer is obviously you, because you're a loser!
Well, Milo, I have bad news for you. You're the more weird one because I was the wrong answer.
Hey, I'm not weird! Fine, I'll admit it. I'm weirder, but I'm only saying it so I win.
Yeah, well, you said it anyway. Now, Milo, you have to guess this one final question. What is the right spelling?
Oh my gosh, Chip, you know I'm not good at spelling. This is really, really bad. What? Sick to bad and weird strict dad. Well, I don't really know.
Come on, Milo, you have to guess one, otherwise you won't make it through to the next section.
I'm just gonna go with what my heart says, and my heart always tells me the truth.
Milo, I have bad news for you.
Ouch, this is really bad.
Milo, on the bright side, if you go through that door, I might get you some spelling lessons.
Well, fine, I guess it's this one. Thanks a lot, Bozo.
You're welcome, Milo. Now, you need to go through these crazy tubes that lead into the next section. You're gonna want to take a moment to prepare. I don't think you're ready for what this next section will hold.
Okay, I'll take a moment. Okay, I'm done.
Wow, that was a quick moment, Milo. It's a good thing you didn't take longer. Otherwise, your time would take way too long to beat. And, do you see what's in this next room?
It looks like confusion.
Let me quickly turn off one of these contraptions. Oh, wait, I need to turn it on again. Sorry, Milo.
That was very painful. What is going on up here?
This is the crazy spinning parkour race. You're gonna need to get through this whole thing if you want to reach the next part of my Weird Strict Dad obstacle course.
This is really messed up, Chip. You're using all my crazy things against me because you know I'm bad at this and hang on, I'm getting dizzy.
Careful, Milo. Don't get too dizzy. You need to focus on winning this thing.
All right, well, I'm jumping in. Hey, I'm actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, you kind of are. Whoa, Milo, you're on the big French fry section. Make sure you jump over the next spinning one really fast. Otherwise, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, well, I need to position myself a little bit better on this, but it's not really working.
You need to get to the very edge, Milo. Otherwise, you won't have enough time to jump.
I can't get to the edge because it keeps spinning.
Whoa, Milo, you totally are doing it. Wow, you're now at the edge and can try and jump onto the next jump.
Did I do it? Wow!
Careful, Milo. It spins you all the way to the other side.
Chip, this is insane.
Yeah, it's a little bit insane, but so is Weird Strict Dad, so it kind of fits.
Where do I go next?
You need to walk across this giant spinning platform all the way to this giant spinning platform.
All right, I'm gonna do it in 3, 2, 1. I'm going in. Wow!
Milo, you did it! That was insane. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I'm a pro if you didn't already know. Okay, I'm just gonna wait until this thing spins around and, whoa, okay, I really made it.
Now, you need to make it up to the very top, but it's not going to be easy.
Well, it's kind of easy actually because I'm really good.
I don't know, Milo. Careful you don't fall off. Now, before you do this next section, you need a bit of a warning. This is a very quick-moving conveyor belt. You're going to have to be very careful about it.
All right, I'm going again in 3, 2, 1. Wow! Yeah, this is not looking so good for me.
Whoa, Milo, it might not be looking good for you, but you did it.
Oh yeah, boy, Milo's in the house.
Now, these normal parkours should be pretty easy now.
Well, you say that, but sometimes I struggle.
Yeah, I know, Milo, but this next part's gonna be really, really fun for you.
Wow, I think I know what this is.
What do you think it is, Milo?
It's a bathtub.
No, Milo, it's more than just a bathtub. Why don't you stand on that middle obsidian block and try pressing the button?
Gonna press it in 3, 2, 1. What's that noise? Whoa, the TNT! Yikes!
Now, Milo, you need to get to that platform quick. You can't fall back down.
I'm trying, and well, I really made it.
Yeah, now you get to say hello to Weird Strict Dad.
Oh my gosh, hello, Weird Strict Dad. It's me, Milo. I'm a really big fan.
Yeah, Weird Strict Dad is busy thinking about that redstone torch. He's been this way for a while, but Milo, you're gonna need his help. Inside his furnaces, he's keeping some very powerful items. You'll need to use it to take on the the leprechaun at the end.
Oh, what did you say?
I said the super lucky leprechaun. You'll see pretty soon.
Okay, wow, I actually want to just talk to Weird Strict Dad because if you didn't know, he's actually Roblox famous, Chip.
Whoa, he's famous? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's famous on Roblox, and I love Roblox.
Yeah, Milo, and I'm sure he'd really appreciate it if you clear out all the, leprechauns hiding in his house.
All right, no worries. I'll do anything for Weird Strict Dad because we're actually friends.
Whoa, you're friends now? That was really fast. It was also impressive because he spent the whole time staring at the torch.
Well, we have telepathy.
Telepathy? You can speak with your minds?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Milo, why don't you speak to that chest down there with your mind? Oh, wait a second. I need to remove that anvil. Oh no, I really hope Milo didn't realize what that anvil was for. It could blow this whole cover.
Chip, you're acting weird.
I'm always acting weird, right?
Well, yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah, so by acting weird, I guess I'm acting normal.
Oh, yeah, you're acting normal. That's so true.
Yeah, so just try and make your way down to that chest, Milo. It's a great idea.
Okay, I'm gonna jump and... Whoa, really bouncy.
Yeah, it totally is really bouncy. You just have to make sure you make it all the way to the end.
Oh, I did it. Look at me go.
Wow, good job, Milo. Look, there's even a chest with real gold inside.
Real club. Bim bam.
Bim bam. Milo, I just read that out to you. It says real gold inside.
Okay, time to open it up. And, super lucky leprechaun. This reminds me of something, actually.
Can you remember what it reminds you of?
Well, actually, I don't remember what happened, but it's giving me deja vu.
Phew, I thought Milo realized the prank I played. Luckily, he doesn't even remember. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Well, this looks like a good prize. I'm excited to meet this leprechaun. Hello, Mr. Whoa, that's not a leprechaun!
Oh no, Milo, that's a mutant skeleton. You fell for my trick.
Hey, come here, bozo! Have a piece of my sword!
I have one thing to do, Milo. I'll be right back. Hey, weird strict dad. I'm sorry, but I have to do this to you. There is someone in your house named Milo, and I think he's about to win. If I don't do this, he will totally beat me, and I really need your help. All right, here goes nothing. Look, he totally woke up. This is great. No, weird strict dad, you need to go towards Milo. Come on, I'll show you exactly where he is. He's the one that broke your torch, I promise. Look, Milo, I have a little friend for you.
Who is it?
This is Weird Strict Dad. He's here to take you down. The mutant skeleton is not the only obstacle in here. You also have to fight Weird Strict Dad.
What? But I thought he was my friend!
Not anymore, Milo. Weird Strict Dad is on my side. Once you take out this mutant skeleton, you're gonna have to try and take out him.
Oh my gosh, Chip, this is really scary! I'm trying my best, but it's not going so well!
Okay, you got the skeleton, but now you have to get Weird Strict Dad.
Where is he? I'll find him, I will!
He's just up here, Milo. Come on, you don't have a lot of time.
Hey, Weird Strict Dad! This is what you get for being mean to me!
Oh no, Milo, be careful.
Wait, I can't hit him!
Oh no, Milo, that means you better run.
Where do I run?
Here's an exit for you, Milo. I think this'll totally work.
Yikes! He's really scary, Chip!
Milo, you did not win.
That was not funny! That was really actually messed up!
I'm the winner. I won the Weird Strict Dad Build Challenge.